It's taken a lot just to get to this point. The rock was massive. Struggling to get posts in the ground.
Realized I didn't account for the spacing of the brackets.
Things don't always go according to plan, but I still managed to turn this into this. I need to still cut the pieces. The layout is never my favorite part of a build, but this one was pretty straightforward since we're just dealing with rectangles. But somehow I managed to still overcomplicate it
81-inch
and change my mind throughout. I will probably update this situation. The concept of these frames was born last spring using raw timber. So once that is updated and the frames are secured, then put the panels on and set everything up. I can't believe this is finally happening.
Well, that was awkward, but I got it over here. Looks all right.
Day 2 was definitely the easiest day of this entire build, as I just had to copy what I did the day before and lean this frame back on the posts. I would spend the remainder of this afternoon out here staring at what I had done. And day 3 is when the real fun began.
There's the rock that I'm not getting through. I had set this back to dig these holes, but it also improves my solar angle.
So I decided to leave it here.
I hope that digging here that there will be no rocks.
Spoiler alert, there were rocks.
Oh my God. I'm getting there.
I pushed so hard today fighting with rocks. I had to do a bunch of workarounds to be able to set a post on this far side. Just like with a sledgehammer and a digging bar was able to break through 17 inches below where the rock started. These ones were easier. Over there, the rock was massive and wide. I couldn't find any edges. It was a very physical day. And it looks great. It's not like it looks terrible. It's just that it didn't go exactly according to my plan. I just had one more important thing to check before I wrapped up the day. Let me measure and see where I ended up as far as like what degree I'm at for this angle. I had to force myself to walk away. The angle is not the most ideal. It's a bit shallow. However, it will be structurally safer as far as avoiding like a wind sail effect. My arms are so tired I have to keep switching. And it'll be great for summer, but I probably will have about 25% loss in the winter. But you know what? It's still gonna be more solar than I have now. And in the morning, I'll get up and put my panels on the frames. And that's when I ran into the next snag in the project. And I'm just now realizing that I didn't account for the spacing of the brackets when I built these frames. So I'm gonna put all the brackets on the panels and see where they fall on the frames and hopefully have enough space to screw them on. It's hours later and I just have these two permanently affixed to the frames. This step took a lot longer than I had planned. I did have to accommodate for the brackets and add more lumber to these frames, creating a bridge all the way across, giving the brackets a spot for the screws to bite. And now we're here. I'm gonna wash these off and then add the other 2 spans that I'll need down here and then get all the panels up. Not quite the reveal I was going for today. DIY projects, you always have to account for extra time. I'm really excited I have fresh soup and sourdough for dinner tonight. Can't wait.
I can't believe it took me all day to get 4 panels on, but it did, and they're on. So I still feel good. Duh, these are in the shade right now.
The sun hits this spot from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. this time of year, and there's a handful of trees I could remove to improve the sun path later if I need to. It's taken a lot just to get to this point. Building the frames, getting them set in the ground, getting the brackets on the panels, getting the panels on the frames. So now comes the hard part. The hard part is going to be the wiring. I'm a little intimidated. It is wiring day, and I'm going to start with the most important part of this entire system. Tune in next week to see me get these panels wired and powered up. See y'all later.